I was gonna do that as a separate thing. Okay.
Okay.
She said, "Why'd you stop it, babe?" And I said, "I'm making another video just for the analysis."
Okay, fine. Nice.
So what do you think?
Wow. Well, a lot was revealed. Now we know what the Vikings' plan is. Desmond.
We know what he wants, but we're more clear about what he's all about. Right?
Yeah, where it's from.
Where it's from? Yeah.
You were right. He said basically that was his mom, and that the kid that she had when she massacred all the trees was him. And I thought it was the other guy. I thought it was the Kieran.
Kieran might have been the son of Tula and Ori, because Ori is Atreides and Tula is
Harkin.
But what's his name? Kieran still says, he talks about being like his family was the victim of an atrocity.
Mm-hmm.
So Kieran could be that little boy that she let get away.
He's not. He's the son of that boy.
You think he's the son of that boy?
That's what he said. He said my father got away from an atrocity.
He said that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's clear.
What do you think? Anyway, she's
So-
helping.
Okay. Who do you think, Princess? Who is that little boy? Does he make an appearance?
What little boy?
The one who got away.
The appearance is his son.
Okay.
But maybe he does as an older man. But like his son is the one trying to avenge his family too, because he kind of was the only one to survive. But it's so crazy that Desmond is her kid. Like, okay, that doesn't look like their child.
Well, there's a lot of factors. First of all, he doesn't look young enough to be her son in some ways.
Right. Yeah. But all of the characters in this show look too old.
Yeah.
For every role they have, except for the prince, the emperor's son. He looks like he's the right age, but the emperor's daughter doesn't look like it. Desmond doesn't look like it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like there's only one more episode. I mean, what happened? Like, it's crazy to me that Francesca. I don't like how sneaky the sisterhood is. They got Francesca over here printing on the and I guess that's kind of like what the original Mother Superior was all about, like making the perfect race and doing this and doing that. Like, that's been her plan all along. So maybe Valia is doing that because she is trying to, make everything happen a certain kind of way. Maybe she is following the plan, and the plan is just weird and hard to understand.
Yeah. You think it was Valia's idea to get Francesca to have a child with the Emperor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I do think that ultimately she did it because, but then, why did she do it? Because does she know that the Emperor, because it's basically like she's saying that the Emperor's daughter has to marry someone, and that person and her will be the best rulers or something like that. But who does she need to marry? Or is it just anybody she marries because she'll be a sister and she'll be in the situation? Because now the Empress's wife is not a sister.
Mm-hmm.
But then why didn't the sisters make the Emperor marry Francesca?
A sister.
Yeah. It doesn't really make complete sense, the whole situation.
Right.
Because, I don't even understand what the goal is. Because it's like they're making this superior race or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But are they really making humans? Or are they just analyzing DNA to make decisions based on... I don't understand how it works. So, what do you think the biggest takeaways are from this episode?
The biggest one is you find out who Desmond Hart is, his background. The other thing is you find out that Lila, Lila
Right.
is now like channeling her ancestors, who was
Yeah.
Raquella.
Yeah.
So now Raquella is like, you can see a little more deeply into her motivations and how she really feels about Valia.
How she really feel about it?
I thought that there was some kind of sincere affection that she had for her, like, oh, I want you to like I admire you and I see you as the next great. But she was kind of using her as well. Raquella, the original Mother Superior.
How?
Because she just, when she chose Valia, it was the only reason she chose Valia is because she agreed with her ideology. It wasn't because like she liked her as a person or whatever. It was just like, oh, this is the best candidate that I can find to
Follow my lead.
Yeah.
Be my
Carry
puppet or whatever.
Yeah, carry out my plans. And then now, she's like, she asked about, well, did everything work out between my daughter and her? She's like, no. Now she's like, okay, well, I kind of see.
Like it is what it is. Your sister is crazy, basically.
Yeah. But she's accepting of that too, because she's like, well, at least she's still carrying out my plans.
That's exactly what she said, basically. But then it's like, okay, so her having a baby with Ori, Atreides, is basically like, because Valia's gonna be mad at her. At least in the previews, like Valia is pissed because she never told her that she had a baby. But it's just still like, Desmond is that kid, and he's like, I don't know, like you got it already. Like, you knew that was it. And we both were kind of like, something's up with that kid. Like, there's a loose end, right? Yeah. And she did have a kid. Like, we just kind of like, she definitely had a kid. But, like, what about the Sand? Like, he still has superpowers. So, it's not just because of their blood.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big missing piece. Because it's like, he's not just out here trying to get his mom, but he's actually, like, how did he get powerful?
There's more to that story.
How did he become the Sand with one eye? And also, he just doesn't look like their kid to me, but that's fine. Maybe, yeah, anyway. It was a red herring, like you said. Like, it was, and they even put Kieran in there, I think, to throw us off.
Yeah.
Because I think Kieran's age is perfect. And Desmond seemed like Desmond, honestly, could be his dad.
Yeah.
So it's like the ages are throwing you off, plus the way he looks is throwing you off.
Yeah. Like
so yeah.
And also, I think the conflict now, it was Valia who chose Francesca to have a child with the Emperor. Which when he wasn't even Emperor yet, he was still a prince. So she was just like forecasting. But then Tula chose on her own volition to get pregnant and go, be with the Atreides. Because remember, he came up to her in the marketplace. That's how they met. And she like saw that opportunity. She took it on her own choice without consulting with her sister. Now she's gonna be pissed because like, who do you think you are? You're gonna call the shots? I'm the one who decides who has kids with who.
True. And then the plan wasn't for her to have a kid. He was supposed to go die with everybody else. Because that night in the camp, she was like, aren't you going to go be with your brother? And he was like, no, I want to be with you.
Good point.
And she was like, damn, I guess I have to have sex with you. And so she did. And then the next day, she's like, oh, sorry. And she killed him. And then she let the boy go. And like you said, she got knocked up. And she's screwed now.
She's screwed now.
Because like her son is coming with a vengeance. But also, like, how did he know he was in the Atreides? Does he know? How did he know he wants to kill his mom? Like, and how does he know she's in the sisterhood? Does he know that his whole family was slaughtered? Why wouldn't he lead with that? Why wouldn't he say, my mother killed my father and everybody else? You know what I mean? Like,
he might not know. He might have had those, like, premonitions that you get when you do the agony and the spice and everything. So he died twice. Once by blood, or with born twice, once by blood, once by spice.
Hmm.
So like he probably gained those powers by doing that, and then he had these you know what I mean?
So maybe his dad and his ancestors could be driving him
It could be.
against the sisterhood.
Yeah.
But the sisterhood is technically the Harkins. Because those are the people that they really would be after, right? Because she almost annihilated his bloodline. And so if his ancestors were coming after anybody, it would be her specifically. But knowing that she's a sister, I don't know.
What about the virus and the whole thing with Kasha dying and like all that stuff? And then like the sores that he gets on his back and all that stuff.
That's why they're throwing too much at it.
Too much.
It's like, this is about to be episode 6. They're not gonna, like, they can't wrap it up in a way that, like, makes it worthwhile for me to feel like, oh, next, I can't wait for a year and a half.
Right.
I'm like, that was a waste of time almost.
The whole series?
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes, and I'm, like, left wanting. Because I'm like, if it would have been 4 more episodes, at least then we could have eased into some stuff.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so much left like, what's going to happen? He's not going to meet his mom. And if he did, that would be too soon. Like, Valia has to be mad at her first. It's just, I just don't see how they're, it doesn't matter.
Valia doesn't know that he's the son yet.
She's going to know because she said, why did you keep this from me?
Oh, in the preview. Yeah.
But maybe she's saying, why did you know? Because Tula just found out that's her son.
Right. That's kind of a big thing to have. When did she have a baby? I guess she had the baby when Valia went to go join the sisterhood.
Well, they went together.
It's like, what, 9 months?
She was young. She probably could hide it. And that's why I always said Tula is sneaky. So freaking sneaky. Like, she is just the sneakiest one out there. Worse than Valia, because at least Valia is in the open. Tula is like behind the scenes, like killing, slaughtering, massacring people and having kids and shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of mad at them though. And then also like with Emperor hooking up with Francesca, I'm like, it's just moving too fast to really like feel connected to anyone.
Yeah.
The only person I don't even like Tula no more, really. But I kind of liked her because I kind of felt sorry for her. But now I'm just like, girl, you a mess. She's a mess. Like, she's dealing with a lot. And then also she lied about Lila. And maybe that's why Valia is mad at her. Maybe she doesn't even know about the son. She just knows about Lila. Maybe she never even finds out about the son.
Maybe.
Because she's just like, you kept this from me.
Yeah.
But then the first thing she's going to want to know is what's his DNA.
Who?
Valia, when she gets back, she's going to be like, okay, she ain't going to care about nothing. She's going to be like, what's the DNA?
Does she know that it was tested? Oh yeah, because she gave her the blood to do it.
And she said, do it immediately.
Right.
Let's drop everything.
Yeah. What's that little cloth that Desmond was holding on to? Do you remember that?
I think that was the bartender. I think that was her sister outfit.
It was, yeah. Because he finds out that she's a sister when he holds up. But there's like a little rag, like a little black cloth.
I thought that was her outfit.
You know what that could have been? That could have been his mother's sisterhood outfit. So because he's trying to find his mother, and that could have been Tula's outfit from back in the day.
But I thought he found it.
Who?
Desmond.
Desmond found what?
I thought he went in the little thing and he grabbed it from the vent.
Michaela's. That's how we found out that Michaela was an undercover sister. But he has a little like black rag. It's like a little like torn up little rag that he was clutching onto. I think that was Tula's sister, outfit from back in the day.
She left it in the manger when she left him? No.
Something like that. Yeah, seriously.
Well, but why does he hate her?
Because she left him. Maybe he doesn't hate her, but he's trying to find her.
Why does he want to ruin the sisterhood?
I don't know. I guess we don't know if he wants to ruin it or not. But he
Well,
does.
he says that he does. And does he
Oh, right,
know
right,
he's a
yeah.
Harkins?
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Like, I'm just confused about how much he knows about his mom. You know, because technically, Valia is his aunt.
Yeah.
So, like, because he did say, remember that one time when she said, take out your blade?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I always wondered what would blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
And to say, I always wondered kind of does imply that you thought about her more than you just met her 2 weeks ago.
Right. I always wondered
What would make you afraid?
Yeah. Okay, so he knows the influence that she has over his sister, her sister, Tula, his mother.
Mm.
And maybe it's like you can speak, but nobody cares what you say. That's your worst fear.
Mm.
Because Tula cares what Valia says.
Mm.
And she probably like wanted to go kill that whole clan and have a kid and do that whole plan because she wanted, she cares about what Valia says and does. You know?
Yeah. It's just so complicated.
There's a lot of layers.
It's like unnecessary.
Yeah.
And this time there was no like theology.
No.
This time was all human problems.
Yeah.
Like Francesca, jealousy, adultery or whatever. The emperor, he's just an idiot. He's been an idiot since day one, but now he's even more of an idiot. The wife, she's jealous and she's trying to make Desmond do stuff. Desmond is just driven off of fumes because he's mad because his mom left him and blah, blah, blah. And Valia's as selfish as ever. And then the bartender girl's like, yeah, I lost everything. You don't care. Kieran, he got busted. Now he's in jail. The sister's mad. Like, she over there doing this. I'm like, when did you learn how to read minds?
Right.
Oh, it's just too much. Like, they tried to do way too much in 6 episodes. And frankly, it's just, I'm just feeling like it's, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
As an audience member, I don't want to have to think so hard and like feel so drained. Not even in a fun way. I'm just like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
If they would have just gave us 2 more episodes, 2 more hours to like kind of wrap it up, they only have 1 more episode.
You have to I almost want to go back to the first episode and see like what was the point they were trying to make from the beginning. You know?
Yeah, like it almost feels like the goalpost has moved.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's like, why is Desmond so powerful? It's not just because of his bloodline. And if it was, like, why? Like, I just don't feel like I understand. Like, I mean, I know that like in the future the Harkins are in charge and the Atreides are like it's like their family is always battling kind of. You know, like the Atreides is always like the one that should be in charge and the Harkins are always the ones that are in charge.
Yeah.
I gleaned that from things that I've seen from trailers and stuff. But I'm also kind of like, does that mean that they're more powerful? Or, like the fact that they had a kid, those 2 bloodlines had a kid, like, does that make them more susceptible to like spice and, you know what I mean? Like, is that
also, he might have extra powers because she was a sister. She had already done the spice and the agony and all that stuff. So that could be like genetically passed down. Because the mother of Constantine, she keeps saying you have more power than you realize. Like, he might not have like tapped into it yet because maybe you have to like do something special to like harness that.
And being twice born in spice. And also in the normal Dune, I remember from watching some of the second one, Paul Atreides, his mother is a sister.
Okay.
And his mother has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And his mother been kind of training him since he was young, which the other guy doesn't have. But like his bloodline has power.
Exactly.
And the sisterhood part. So maybe you're right. Maybe he's more susceptible to something. because he's a mix of both of them. But
why does what's her name, the princess, have power? Why does she have that special skill?
the finger tap,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. I mean, I don't think that everything is tied up. You know, I think they tried to stretch a couple of storylines, and it's like, you didn't really make that make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just, thinking about book readers and movie watchers, so maybe it makes sense to them. But as people who never really truly definitely never read the books and also never really truly watched the movie, it's like, I don't get it.
Yeah, if you're not like a Duneverse devotee, you kind of have to work a little extra harder to really understand the significance of these things.
Don't be all lovey-dovey on film.
No, this is part of the charm. This is people pay to see this. I mean, not everyone.
Whoa.
This is not like OnlyFans. This is
Oh, wow.
Dunely fans.
That's not gonna be our name.
No, that's a great name.
It's not.
I just thought of it right now. Dunely fans. No. Okay, something else.
We'll work on it. We'll workshop it.
I don't know if we can name our thing after Dune, even though we started with Dune. I don't know if it's like
Worthy.
Yeah.
We're better than you. We're better than you.
Wow.
Said it here, folks. We also have to watch, the other episodes, on this.
Yeah.
We have to figure out if this works, this format. What do you guys think? We're in the living room, dining room's in the back, princess on the couch, very intimate. You can't see the table, but there's lots of snacks and drinks, water and other beverages, like ginger beer.
Dune MV.
What does it mean?
The MV, Dune MV. Too much.
You really like Dune?
No, we're kind of clinging on to Dune a little hard.
We are. We as in you. But no, I feel like something about the couch, the living room,
Yeah. Too bad you can't see the rest of the room. It's beautiful. Got a Christmas tree behind you.
that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing that you really can see, which is fine. It's just an empty home with a blanket and a couch.
There's Google Home stuff going on. It's like the machine.
Hey, don't tell them.
Smart machines.
Don't tell them that we're from a good house with money.
The Atreides. Yeah. No better.
You want to be the Atreides?
Or the Harkins.
No, not the Harkins. They're crazy. What are you trying to say? I'm from the Harkins and you're from the Atreides?
What would that be? I think you're more Atreides.
Thanks. What are you?
I would have to be Harkonnen.
You're more Harkonnen?
I would have to be.
You don't have to be, right?
Maybe I'd be like Desmond. Like a mix between the two.
Wow. You do kind of look like Desmond. You just need long dreads.
Yeah, he's got baggage too, that guy.
Yeah, he probably has a whole suitcase.
Suitcase.
Got a check bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going a little deeper into areas you don't want to delve into on this podcast.
It's not a podcast, babe.
Or whatever the kids call it these days.
All right, well, I think that we're done here. We've done a great job, a great service to the people.